How's it going, YouTube? Right, we've got something a little bit different today. Today I've got this bike to test. This is a Stroll-1 by DYU. This is a lightweight city road bike. As part of my journey while I'm building the camper is I'm going to be looking for a couple of bikes to be able to take with me everywhere in the camper as well. This might be a little bit big for that, but as a commuting bike, this is absolutely perfect. So I think what we should do is we'll have a quick look at past me of unboxing this bike, and let's take it out for a ride and we'll go through some specs and see what it's like. Right, here it is as it comes in the box. Let's get this box open and see what it's like inside. Right, there we are. It looks like we've got to put the wheels and the mudguards on, the handlebars and the seat, and a few other bits like that. It's nothing super complicated. We've got a little box here. Let's have a look what you get in there. Right, looking at this box, we've got a spanner and some instructions, 2 pedals, charger, a skewer for the wheel, and a few other bits of straps and things. I'm sure we'll find out what these are. And we've got a key there, we'll talk about that later. Nice little Allen key set that comes with it to help us build it and look after it a bit later. And it's got a few spanners and other useful tools for the bike. That's a nice little addition. Right, so the cat's come to help me. What we need to do now is I'll stick a time lapse on and let's get this thing put together. Right, and there it is done. That literally took about half an hour. It was literally putting the wheels on, the pedals on, the seat and the handlebars, putting all the brakes and the gears and things like that on. It weren't that difficult at all, really. So that's that built. I need to get it charged up, take a few stickers off. So right, done. Back to the video. I've been riding for quite a while now and I must say I'm really enjoying it. Having this electric assist just makes the whole ride a lot more enjoyable. I've been down lots of roads actually that I've never been down before in Kent, and I must say it's just like the rest of it, with lots of rubbish and fly tipping. Sometimes I really don't like living in Kent. The whole place is like it really. But just sticking to the roads, I've not gone on any trails because, like I said, this is a hybrid bike, which is like a mountain bike style, hardtail. It's got no suspension on it at all, and my arse can definitely tell. The wheels on it are like a road style. These are 26-inch wheels. They've got these puncture-proof tyres as well, which is obviously a good thing. It can never be a bad thing to have puncture-proof tyres. So let's go through some of the specs on this thing, shall we? Right, so the motor is a 250 watt 36 volt by DYU. The battery on it, we've got 36 volt obviously, and a 9 amp hour battery. Let's try and get somewhere else so this sun's not directly behind me, and then we'll carry on, shall we? Right, while we've stopped a minute, let's have a quick look at this control. This is super stealthy. A lot of them have like a big display here in the middle. But as you can see, this bike being all black like this, it's a bit more of a stealthy bike, and it doesn't look too much like an e-bike, to be fair. It looks pretty much like a normal bike. Everything's quite thin. The bike itself is really light. It's only 19.5 kilo. For having a motor on the back and the size of the battery in it, that's really light actually. The control, like I said, is like a really tiny little one. We're flickering here because of the frame rate on the camera. But what you have to do is, there's a little button at the side there. If you just press that for a few seconds, that turns it on. You can press the button up and down like that to change between the 3 assistive speeds. So this has got assistive pedalling with the 3 speeds, or it's just got the normal people power bike. But this top assistive speed is really good. The load rating on this bike is 120 kilo, and I am literally like 116, so I'm right on the limit, and it's pulling me up the hills okay. You've just got to give it a little pedal to get it going. Also on this control, if you press the up and hold it, it'll turn on this light here at the front, which is a super bright light to help at night. Really nice little light that. So if I press and hold it again, that'll turn that off. And when it turns on, this whole screen dims down here, so it's not super bright at night. Right, let's get back on this bike and go a bit further. Oh, I'm finding loads of new roads here that I didn't even know existed, and some posh houses down these roads. Shame about all the rubbish everywhere. Because of UK law, the limit of the assistance is limited to 25 kilometres per hour or 15 miles an hour-ish, and beyond that it's back onto pedal power. The assistance stops working. There is a menu where you can change between miles an hour and kilometres per hour, and within that menu there is the limit, and you can up that limit. I've upped it, and it still doesn't seem to assist after that, so it must be a baked-in thing. But to be honest, that's the time when you need it anyway, because you're not going to be riding up hills faster than that. And going down hills, you don't really need the assistance, do you? I just need to kind of figure out which way to go here, because I've got no idea where I'm going again. Another little village that I didn't know existed. I think the price of this bike is coming in just over £1,000. It's £1,099 or something like that. So for what you get, it's not a bad price. And in the past, when I was looking at upgrading my Specialized to an e-bike, I think they was like 9,000 or something like that. But obviously it's a different league. But just for your usual pottering about like I'm doing now, or you're commuting across the cities and things like that, which is exactly what this is built for, then this gives you exactly what you need, and the price is right as well. Got the sun directly behind my head again. Just passing a nice little church here. What I'll do is I'll bring you back when the sun's not directly behind me. Right, I found this little area here which is quite nice, so I'm going to carry on round there and see what that's like. So it's a bit more of a traily kind of thing, so let's see how it performs on there. Right, on this little grassy trail all around here, it's done really well actually. I've gone quite far now. There's a couple more things I want to show you on this bike. Down the side here, we've got a little charging port here. You can either charge the battery on the bike or off the bike, depending on however you want to do it, because on the other side, just there, we've got a little key release. So when you put a key in and turn it, the battery falls out the bottom here. So you have to be ready to catch it when you do undo it. But if you take it out, you can charge the battery separately. So if you live in an apartment or something and you can't get this upstairs to where you need to be to plug it in, you can always take the battery alone, lock the bike up downstairs and bring the battery back to charge. That's probably about all the features that are on this bike. Right, this is future editing me. It seems I've lost one of my files. It's because I was riding down a hill at a time. The camera tripped out with this gimbal on it, and I seem to have lost the file that I was recording at the time. So I need to go through the features that I was telling you about at that point in time. Let's have a look at the bike. Right, so what I was telling you about on that file was we've got full 7-speed Shimano gears, Shimano Tony derailleur, and the brakes on this bike are the proper hydraulic ones, so they're not the cable-driven disc brakes that you do get on some. These are the hydraulic ones. We've got 2 mudguards already fitted to the bike. There is an optional extra for the pannier luggage carriers, whatever you call them. One for the back and one for the front. They're the option on the website. And down here we've got a bit of a kickstand as well. I will, to be honest, I'm going to take off the mudguards and the kickstand because I'm a bit more old school and I like my bikes a bit more bare. Like I was saying a second ago, I've got the key in this slot because I've taken the battery out and it's in the house being charged right now. Right, so back to the video. Right, so I need to find my way back soon and go down all these lanes and try and find out where I came from. I'm not quite 100% sure. But as you saw earlier, I lifted the bike over that fence. It was fairly light, to be honest, and easy to lift over. So the weight of this bike is not bad at all. So what I'll do is I'll put some links down below where you can check this out for yourself, see what you think. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully at some point we'll have some more bikes to look at because I want to get a couple for the camper like I mentioned. This particular one is going to be my commute bike for work. Comment below anything you want to put. I do like reading your comments. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll catch you again in another video. Cheers.